thanks for checking out this video on the parakeet perch. Here at the Perch, we get asked a lot about whether parakeets make great pets. And of course, I would say they make awesome pets. I have 3 of them. So I love Budgies, but I do recognize the fact that they are not for everyone. There are some cons to owning Budgies, as well as, of course, the pros and a lot of great things that these birds have to offer. So in this video, we're going to talk about the good and the bad of having a Budgie as a pet. The first thing that I'll say is, as you notice, parakeets are pretty small parrots compared to some of the larger ones like conures or even macaws and cockatoos. So they are a little bit easier to care for than a larger parrot. Another nice thing about Budgies or parakeets is that they are very social birds. They like to hang out with each other and can also get along with larger birds. As you can see, I house one of my Budgies with a cockatiel, and the other 2 Budgies are housed together in a separate cage, and they all get along really well. It's not guaranteed that they will always get along with another type of parrot, but they are pretty hardy and they will stand up for themselves if they are bullied by, say, another larger bird. So it's very nice to have a social bird, and if you have a single bird, that bird will enjoy socializing with you. In fact, I would suggest having a single bird if you want a bird that's going to bond more closely with you, but you do have to make sure you have the time to spend with it. Several hours a day is what it's going to require to really give that bird the social experience that it requires. Here's another fun fact about Budgies. It's something that you may think is really cool. Budgies can be very talkative. Budgies actually have some of the largest vocabularies of any parrot species. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a talker in my bunch, but you may want to check out this channel here for a really cool talking Budgie. I'm sure you'll be impressed. Not that Siri is illustrating it here, but Budgies can actually be very active pets. Check this out. We've discovered that there are many really cool things about having parakeets as pets. Now, here are some things that might not be so cool. Parakeets, although not as noisy as some of the larger parrot species, can make a lot of noise, as you can start to hear here. Here's another example of Sego just chattering and kind of squawking to give you an idea of how loud parakeets can get. And here's the thing that most parrot owners probably like least about parrot ownership. Parrots can be very messy birds, and Budgies are no exception to that. Here's an idea of what you might encounter if you have a Budgie. And keep in mind that you want to clean the Budgie's cage thoroughly at least once a week, and you're also going to have to do daily spot cleanings to keep everything neat and tidy in and around the cage. That may not be so fortunate about these cute little birds is that their lifespan is shorter than some of the larger parrots. So with a parakeet, you're looking at a lifespan of about 5 to 10 years. Of course, a lot of that depends on their care and their individual characteristics. So you may have a bird that lives longer than that, but it's definitely not going to live as long as, say, a macaw or an African gray. And the last thing that I think should be considered if you're thinking about getting budgies as pets is veterinary care. These guys do need regular veterinary care, and of course if something goes wrong, you'll want to have a vet nearby that knows how to handle a budgie. So what I usually suggest is finding an actual avian vet. There is a website, the Association of Avian Veterinarians. Here's the link to that. And you can actually search for an avian vet in your area. And you can also find out if you don't have an avian vet in your area, in which case you'll have to travel to find someone that might be able to care for your pet. So it's definitely something to consider and be prepared for before you decide to get a budgie. So there you have it. There are some pros and cons for you to consider if you're thinking about getting a budgie as a pet. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and if you guys have anything to add, I love the sharing that always happens on my comments. So if any of you budgie owners out there have anything to add, leave it in the comments down below so that new budgie owners or potential owners can read those comments. Thanks a lot for watching this video by the Parakeet Perch, and we'll see you next time.